Taking this trade in SWN, you see it ran up quite a bit on the open, set up a nice triangle. You can see this was Friday's little resistance level, also kind of support level from the open. It's where this yellow line's coming to. I got in at 67.80, and I'm going to set my stop down here at 67.51, which will be at that level. Started out with 200 shares. You can see here I have the declining money flow. It's not quite bottomed out as far as I want it to. Normally I like to see it down here below 25 like we have these spikes here, but it is a consistent move down. We also, you can see the declining volume here between 9 and 10 o'clock. The only thing that has me a little reserved about the trade is there's some other stocks in this sector that are starting to break down, but I started to buy it right around here, but it wasn't quite to the 20. So I just waited and had a little bit of patience, waited for the trade to come to me where I could set a good stop level. So at this point, from 70 or 67.80 to 67.50 is only like a $60 loss, which is well within my risk guidelines. The market's starting to move down a little bit here. YM's trading at 12,190. We had a little bit of move up after the ISM numbers came out at 9 o'clock, and we're just kind of retracing that level right now. So we'll see how this trade works out. The market's trying to settle in around that 12,200 level, dip below to 12,190 there temporarily. We're starting to see a little bit of buying come back in the YM here, so we'll see what happens with SWN. It set up there on the 20 pretty much perfectly. It's, what I like to see. The volume continued to decline during the sideways action here. It broke a little bit above the downwards trend line, but it's not an exact science. For now, I'm going to leave my stop level here at 67.50. Now, zooming in here to the 2-minute time frame, you can see from about 9:45 to just 10:15 now that it's kind of trading sideways in this nice consolidation range. This is what I really like to see. Often this type of tight consolidation with really low volume happens directly before buyers come back into the market and start pushing prices higher. And you can see SWN has got 2 volume bars that are buying right now. It's starting to tick up a little bit. The YM's also, it consolidated above and below 12,200 for about 10 minutes, and now it's starting to move back up 12,206, 12,10, or 12,210. And SWN's also starting to move a little bit. At this point, we've got the 20 moving above the price at the moment, which isn't necessarily that negative, but I usually like to see the price move ahead of that. We should see some volume starting to come into SWN here fairly quickly. If not, then I'll probably use my time stop and just get out with $1, or either tighten my stop a little bit to curb any large losses, because it looks like at this point, if the market doesn't move up, it's probably about to go down. So there's no point in losing $60 when I could just get out and lose 10 and it'd be the same thing. I'm still unsure at this point what the market's going to do. I think that's going to be my biggest obstacle at this point, is trying to determine if the market is going to break down through this 12,200 level, and because the lows are at 12,180, so obviously if it goes below that, we're headed much lower. But if the market was actually trending up right now, we probably wouldn't have any problem with SWN. It would probably continue moving. All right, looking here at the 5 minutes on SWN, it's starting to try to pick up a little bit. We've got some volume coming in here, so I'm going to go ahead and add another 200 shares to the position. The market's still consolidating a little bit, but there's starting to be some positive action in SWN, so I'm going to add some here at 67.85, 67.90 area, my other 200 shares. Also gonna go ahead and tighten my stop here to right around 67, 60, 63 maybe for all 400 shares. And I've still got the last 600 to add, so we'll see how everything reacts to this price action in the market, and I may get a chance to add the other 600 shares. Had the YM failed again at 12.210. It looks like we're not going to be going any higher at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and initiate my time stop and just take a small loss and move on to the next trade.